17 birds. In my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. They had me 6 hours, I said 17 words. I'm like Shady in the snow, I spun, I'm so superb. A legend still remains when his flesh is in the earth. And if they raid your tomb, may they fall upon a curse. Yeah, this 9 I keep for backup. With this I wanted chip, we ran plays. They need to build a statue for this shit. Big plays, a sleigh couldn't get you through this shit. More grams than Brandon, fiends rushing for a hit. The priest sitting out a diner while you niggas giving tips. You gon' get a C-section, all that pushing through your lips. I hold it desert straight, a shooter told me through my dips. You're just photogenic, not a boss, I'm convinced. Niggas practicing hard for them obituary pics. Shooters watching the gram for them locations of your pics. Linebacker Brunson, call me if you wanna hit. We world champs now, that just come with this shit. Let's go. You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds.
Philadelphia, 65 days away from Philadelphia Eagles will be on the New England Patriots that way. It's gonna be a movie, man. A lot of stuff, a lot of things going on. The temperature is definitely an effect in terms of what the Philadelphia Eagles have going on, in terms of what the Philadelphia Eagles got to do. This little Brunson though, bet you with the back you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Let's get into it. But before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta thank y'all. I gotta tell y'all to tap in with Big Print Champs. You already know the vibes with that. The leader in Premier merchandise. Use code BLIN at checkout. Get all your merchandise needs met. Get your iconic Hurt season hats. I got all type of stuff up there. I'm a slime shirt that's dropping pretty soon here as well. So yeah, man, we're in the swing of things, man. Let me say what up to the people. We're gonna get in. We're gonna get into it. My guy, Hungry Dogs Run Faster, what up? Lenny Radford, what up? Grunge Murph, what up? Terrell, what's good? Rob the Actual in the building. I see y'all. Ethan, man, I see Ethan. Ronald Knight, what's up with it? You know what I'm saying? Drew Johnson, okay. We ready to talk some, training camp, positional battles, all types of things. Let me throw this link on Twitter real quick because I want to know you guys think and what you guys feel. I even want the ops up. They always on Twitter talking, giving me a hard time, but every time I put the link up, I don't never get, where the killers dwell. They always on Twitter. Ain't nobody over there. You know what I mean? Let me send a link out real quick on Twitter, and we're gonna get into it, man. We definitely gonna get in. Let me copy this link real quick, right on Twitter. All I'm gonna say is pull up. Let's talk. Pull up, talk. You know what I mean? Everybody want an audience on Twitter, but when you know what I'm saying, you could give them one. Look. Let's do some chatting. All this joint ain't copying. Oh, I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me copy that. Technical difficulties. Paste that. Pull up. Live Q&A. It's up. So y'all know what y'all do. Y'all go to Twitter, follow me at @Lord_Brunson. Click on the link, live Q&A, and we're gonna talk about whatever you want to talk about pertaining to the before training camp kicks off in 65 days. Man, I can't do this, man. I don't like this thing right here. Y'all know me, man. I'm OG, man. I ain't one of them dudes that had a little boom stand, and I ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I need to be in control because when it's time to touch football around this time of the year, things kind of get the lines kind of get blurred. You know what I'm saying? People, for one strange reason or another, you know what I mean, think that they have a chance in the NFC East. And I'm just here to tell y'all today we're going to start the show off with that. You don't have a chance. If you're a Giant, if you're a Commander, you don't have a chance. Somebody said I'm echoing a little bit. Hold on, because I'm not using my AirPods. My bad if we echoing. But yeah, it's because you and you know that's just the nature of the beast. Like that's not me being mean. That's not me being facetious. You know what I mean? You just simply don't have a chance. The roster is just was in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And still in the session. Had two first round draft picks, guys that are looking towards you echoing the way. Am I still echoing? Am I good? Hold on, see what's up. Let me fix this right now. All right, we back. We back. What's good? How we doing? How we doing? Is the connection holding up? It's like it's skipping occasionally. I hate that. I don't know what's going on, man. It's better. We good. We back. All right, cool. We back, man. So let's get into it. So, from my standpoint, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, from top to bottom, from top to bottom, you know what I mean, have the better record. Now, it's not as far. The gap isn't as wide as people proclaim it to be. You know what I mean? I could keep it a bean about that. The gap ain't extremely wide or anything like that. Philadelphia Eagles got the better roster. I'm gonna tell you about some concerns that I have though. I'm concerned about the addition of Stephon Gilmore to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, from an Eagles standpoint, you can't fake that one. You cannot fake that one. You could have anything else. You cannot fake what Stephon Gilmore means. You know, coming into a Dan defense. You know what I mean? So that one word worries me. So get it together defensively, they'll be a juggernaut for other teams, and they could potentially challenge us for a division crown. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that worries about it. You know what I mean? It's them beating up on a bunch of other the same teams we should beat up on, and the records being a little closer than they should be this year. Um, as far as the New York Giants, I really Giants did in the draft, but there's no way on God's green earth that I'm ever going to be scared of Daniel Jones. There's just no way on God's green earth I'm ever going to be scared of Daniel Jones. Now, I think the Giants didn't they select two cornerbacks. I think did they the back cornerbacks in this year's draft. The problem was cornerbacks for the Giants. The problem is our offensive line is just way better than their deep line. Dexter Lawrence, even with Kayvon Thibodeau, I just feel like our offensive line is so much more experienced, and we're able to just what we want to them and run the ball down their throat at will at times. Now, if we have to pass against the Giants, I mean that'll probably be the Giants' best chance of beating. They can beat us, but we ain't sweet there either. We're already seeing what can happen. Jalen Hurts is number one in multitude of categories from the pocket, so passing is not a concern. It's just, in my opinion, when you look at the way the Philadelphia Eagles roster is built right now, how will the passing game look? How will it look? Because as you added in, a lot of people are forgetting about Arnold. Dan Arnold, the tight end week, Jacksonville Jaguars. I might be the only one talking about this guy as of lately, but you could have some lethal Gronkowski Hernandez type two tight end sets, man. You got that potential with Goddard and Arnold. Listen, 6'6", 220. You know what I mean? Played wide receiver. Arnold got hands. He could jump. He's athletic, fast. For where he is in terms of blocking tight ends, but he's always an option. I think Arnold is such a good backup tight end option that I'm okay at wide receiver 3. Mind you, a point of concern for me. But if you still got Quez or Olamide Zakisi, you're fine at wide receiver when you really you're fine at wide receiver. I am concerned about the running back position. As that might sound, I'm concerned about the running back position. You know what I mean? I just I don't know why it's skipping, man. Yo, I hate to give y'all a poor performance. How many games we play later? We played 170. You know what I mean? We played 170. I'm sorry, we played 17 games last year. What you mean? How many games here? Are you talking about the running backs? Because again, I'm concerned about the running back position. I am. I'm concerned about the running back position mainly because of the injuries that could potentially happen. You know what I mean? With the running back. Oh, how many games did Arnold play last year? I'm not sure how many games Arnold played last year. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I just know the potential of Arnold. You don't think he was like, I think Evan Ingram was the guy over there in terms of, the tight end for Jacksonville. But you can't sleep Arnold though, man. Arnold is just as good as a tight end too that you're going to find in the National Football League. He's just as good of a tight end too that you're in the National Football League. So I got real high hopes for this guy. Real high hopes for this guy. So I'm not concerned about wide receiver. I'm not concerned about offensive line in terms of Philadelphia Eagles. You know that. You know what I mean? I'm not concerned about quarterback. I'm not concerned about tight end. I'm concerned about running back. A lot of people think that DeAndre Swift solves this problem, this massive problem. Now, the Eagles didn't have a problem at running back last year. The Eagles had a personnel issue, and the Eagles had a scheme issue in terms of running back. We didn't throw the running backs a lot. Miles Sanders couldn't catch, and that was your lead back. More of a personnel scheme situation. Now you bring DeAndre Swift, a guy who could seemingly do it all from the running back position, except stay. You bring in Rashard Penny. People like to talk about, with Rashard Penny, 6 yards a carry before, before he was injured, 6 yards a carry. But he was injured. I mean, this is my point, man. It's too much of this going around in the NFL for real. It's too much of talking about the days. You know what I mean? Why we got to talk about what used to be? Let's talk about right now when we talk about Swift and Penny. They're injury prone. Which is why I don't understand that I'm getting for wanting to look at Zeke. Now I'm not getting a lot of flack. Some people are on board with it, but I got a real fresh memory. Until Zeke starts showing signs of age, or AJ Brown got in the division for real, from 2016 until he left, Ezekiel Elliott was the most consistent player in the NFC East. From 2016 till he left, this off, Ezekiel Elliott was the most consistent player in the NFC East. People forget about that though. Forget about what the Dallas Cowboys were before they changed it into something else. It wasn't broke. They broke it by trying to make Dak Prescott a pass quarterback. Mind you, the first 3 years of this dude's career, he didn't throw for 4,000 passing yards. He didn't do that until his 4th year. People forget that. And, in the midst of that, they talk about all the game-winning drives that Dak used to have. Remember, he leads the league in game-winning drives. Remember all of that stuff? All the game-winning drives. The Dallas Cowboys fans made that a stat. Never heard of it until Dak was doing it so well. Why is that not the case right now for the Dallas Cowboys? Why do they not have as many game-winning drives? Because Zeke slowed down. I guarantee you this. If you go back and look at the game-winning drives of Dak Prescott in that time period, you'll see that Ezekiel Elliott had over 100 yards a game in most of those game-winning drives. When Zeke was in his prime, all they do was be a game manager. And this is the main reason why I want Zeke. Because he's durable. Still had the most rushing touchdowns on his team last year. I'm seeing good videos and good in the offseason. So that's that's what I was looking at. I feel like Kenneth Gainwell is a valuable running back, but he need an OG. Right now, I think OG. You know what I mean? He need an OG. You could have a Derrick Henry, Kenneth Gainwell backfield. I like Ezekiel Gainwell sprinkling some Swift. Boston Scott here and there. I like that. You know what I mean? But to replace Miles Sanders, who's if you want to be for real, I don't know when they start labeling him as injury prone, but they might even know nobody was up here. Almighty takes. Replace Miles Sanders with somebody that can't stay on. If it's just baffling to me and you're trying to win a champion, I don't get it. Let's talk to this guy real quick. Almighty takes, what's up with it?
Yo, what's good, LB? You can hear me?
I hear you good. What's up?
What's up? Just got a few questions for you, man. First off, I want to say congrats on all your success, man, with the music, with the merchandise, the YouTube, and everything. I've been watching you for about like 2 to 3 years, man. And just seeing where you started and where you are now, man, I'm just want to give you your flowers, man. And
I
you know,
appreciate you, bro.
for
I
sure,
appreciate
man,
that.
for sure. But yeah, first question. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so if you had to circle one game on the schedule, man, like that you're looking forward to, and you're saying this the game I want to see because this year, last year everyone was talking about the cupcake schedule the Eagles had, but this year it's like almost every other week we got a playoff type matchup. We got to face Aaron Rodgers. We got the Super Bowl rematch. We got to face the Dolphins with Tua and Tyreek Hill. So what's the also the 49ers again. So what's the game that you circle on the schedule that you say this the one I want to see?
For me, it's going to be the Jets game right now because it's early. It's before week 10. I think that's like week 6, right?
Think something like that. Yeah, something like
Yeah, I
that.
want to say that's like week 6. So for me, it's the Jets because I feel like it don't take long to see if you're going to be able to run it back or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't take long to see if you are as serious as you were last year. Because we went 9-0 last year. You know what I mean? If you 5-1 or I'm sorry, if you like 4-1 going into that game or whatever the case, you know what I mean? I like you. I like how you look. I want to see how you respond in that game because whether you're winning or not, you could be 5-0 going into week 6. Your real test right there though. How you are you going to manhandle these guys? You know what I mean? Because this could catapult you to like 8 straight wins if you manhandle these guys. This is Aaron Rodgers led Jets, and we beat him last
Facts.
year. So I think it's the Jets game for me. What you think?
For me, for me, it's between two. It's between I want that Super Bowl rematch, man. I really want that one. And to be honest, the 49ers been talking too much for me. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see them with no excuses with their quarterback, whoever they got. I want to give it to Javon Hargrave, even though I love him. I love Javon Hargrave for what he did, but I want to give it to them too. So it's one of those games. It's either the Super Bowl rematch or or facing the 49ers because they've been talking too much. Their fan base been just doing too much talking for me. I'm not gonna lie. So I wanna get at them boys. Not gonna lie.
I agree. I agree. But we got a lot of stars. We got a lot of set events as far as schedule goes though. You like that one, the Dolphins, definitely the 49ers and the Chiefs. So it's like we're not gonna have to wait long until we start seeing fireworks this season from the Philadelphia Eagles. So you can't use the cupcake excuse schedule this year for sure. But yo, I want to thank you for 10, bro. Thank you for always supporting, bro.
For sure, appreciate it, man.
I
Be
appreciate you, bro.
successful. Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. If you want to do what Almighty Takes just did, man, all you got to do is the last tweet on Twitter at @Lord_Brunson. Click the link. It'll throw you in the studio. We could chat. You ain't got to turn on you ain't got to turn nothing on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to turn your camera, none of that. You could do what he just did, and we can have our discussion. But yeah, back to what I was saying, man. Good morning, man. Good morning, Warrior. What's up? But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, I'm a firm believer that the running back with the offensive line that we have, with the style that Jalen Hurts plays at currently right now, help you duplicate what you did last year. You need a durable running back. I don't want Jalen Hurts taking them hits in the red zone. I don't want it, man. He had the most carries of any quarterback last year inside the 10. That's when your running should be out there trying to get paid, bro. But we had to throw in Kenneth Gainwell, ladies and gentlemen, a lot in the red zone because Sanders is just not effective there in the eyes of the running back room. They seen something in Gainwell that said, well, listen, we got to go with Gainwell down here for the money situations. I need a running back that you could trust in the situations behind this line. I don't want my quarterback running down there no more. Paid him a quarter bill. I don't want him running down there no more. And that's just, I just think that's reasonable. That's reasonable as a Philadelphia Eagles fan. That's reasonable as a football fan. You don't want to get the money hurt. The heat of money now. And I feel like Ezekiel Elliott or Kareem Hunt, you know what I mean? I feel like we went the cheap way out right there, man. We went the cheap way out. We went and settled for damaged goods that we think are materialized. I love DeAndre Swift, but the injuries are a concern. We trying to win a championship here. Y'all got to understand where we at, Eagles fans. Understand something. This is not pre-2017 season. We're a champion organization. You know what I mean? We have been in 2 championships in the last 7 years. And with that being said, you got to start conducting yourself like one. We just can't be reckless out here getting our, we can't be reckless out here having some seasons end prematurely while we got all these young stars on their. We got to be smart about this, man. Let me get to my guy Mike real quick. Oh, he got out of here. Giddy up. You know what I mean? We got about this. I know my boy Stu going to join. Yeah, Stu about the, you know what I'm saying? Eagles and the Jaguars in the Super Bowl 2023. It could happen. When did Trevor Lawrence, I was thinking about this. When did Trevor Lawrence just magically shoot up all of the ranking boards, yo? You know what I'm saying? When did Trevor Lawrence just magically shoot up the ranks now? He had a performance to remember in the playoffs for sure this year. We not going to act like that wasn't the case. But now I see people calling him top 5, all this, that, and the other. He just was developing. He was a couple months ago. They was calling him a developing quarterback. You know what I mean? It's almost like the NFL can't wait to crown some guys. They can't wait to crown some guys. You know what I mean? And this is why I respect the story of Jalen Hurts so much, because nobody was lining up to crown him. Nobody was lining up to crown him. In fact, my city in Philadelphia, when we was going through that stretch, you know what I mean? When we was going through that stretch in Philadelphia, man, I never forget. It made me sick to my stomach because all I knew was going to take was some patience. All I knew it was going to take was some patience. You know what I mean? But when we changed the identity of the football team from passing to running in Nick Sirianni's first year as the coach, when we was going little rough patches, right after Jalen Hurts had the worst game of his career, the 3 interception game against the Jaguars, when Jerry couldn't high point the ball, you know what I mean? After Jalen Hurts had a performance that's that poor, and the game-winning throws that he was making that were getting dropped, I knew he was going to be a star. That's the day I knew. That's the day I knew. Now, I was selling Hurts season hats the whole training camp, bro. The whole training camp, right? I'm gonna show you how this fan base is. Rock the Artist, what's up? I'm selling Hurts season hats before the season start. When Nick Sirianni is crowned the coach, they saying he's stuttering. He coming up with the flower analogies. The whole time I'm selling the Hurts season hats. Devontae Smith rookie year, all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Selling the Hurts season hats. Well before it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get you in selling the Hurts season hats. We beat the Falcons. The hats start flying off the shelves, bro. Flying off the shelves. We lose to the 49ers. All right, it still ain't looking bad because you was actually up 10 in that game. Then I had a bad game against somebody else. And it just was a train wreck, bro. It was just a train wreck, man. People asking for refunds on hats. It's just ridiculous train wreck. Then you fight and claw your way back into the, the playoffs. And the whole offseason, I'm selling these hats. The whole offseason, people are questioning if he's good or not. If we should trade 3 picks for Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. And it all took a little bit of patience. Let's get to Martin real quick. Martin, what up? You gotta unmute yourself. Martin. Yeah, anyway, and that's how up and down. That's how up and down that the France could be at some time. So now you reach this height. You reach this height of heights. You know what I mean? Winning a conference title, playing in the Super Bowl. That is the height of heights. The only thing that can get better than that is winning the Super Bowl for real. Please let's clear up. Let's clear that up for the people who don't understand what going to the Super Bowl means. It's 2 teams in our division who forgot. Teams in our division who forgot that feeling. Both of whom have never been in the Super Bowl. While team had a, you know what I'm saying? While the NFL had a 32 team format. You know what I mean? It's teams who don't know. I was talking to a guy on Twitter the other day. We going back and forth. Cole Cowboy, y'all know Cowboys Cole. He got a Cowboys channel, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. And he's like, well, last time the Super Bowl I was 10. Like that was the flex for him though. That's the flex right there. Last time we won a Super Bowl, I was 10. Basically letting me know he remembers it. But I'm like, you 38 now. You 38 now, man. You're 38. So it's like, bro, do you really even process? I don't remember nothing from when I was 10. I couldn't tell you nothing from when I was 10. So the achievement of reaching a Super Bowl and being able to see your team displayed on a stage with these brights, the confetti falling, the moment will live in infamy. You know what I'm saying? Will be around for as long as we all live. And both of my weeks of covering the Super Bowl of the Philadelphia Eagles will be up there. It'll be up there. You know what I mean? Saying take away from that moment. Let me see if Martin fixes equipment real quick. Yo, Martin, what's up?
Yo, you can hear me?
What's up? What you got?
Man, I stay in Dallas. But these Cowboy fans here, like, I think that they really delusional. Like, they really delusional.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, they'll look you straight in your face and tell you that they'll take Dak over Hurts. But Dak can never win in the playoffs. Romo didn't even win in the playoffs. He won 2 games. I think Dak got 2 games.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think, like, what are they banking on? Like,
this is the thing though, man. Some people they have a hard time passing. They have a hard time passing the torch. You know what I mean? And especially you can't pass the torch if you go out on a note like how Dak Prescott. Say if Dak Prescott could today, nobody will remember him. He didn't do anything significant. You know what I mean? Never played. Was an All-Pro. Never played in a championship game. And these are facts. You know. We're not gonna. They like to confuse facts with hating. When you're talking about just pure facts in terms of what Dak Prescott has done since he's been in the football league, and it's absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nothing. When you go to the Hall of Fame as a quarterback, it's criteria, man. It's boxes that got to be checked. Yes. Were you ever an All-Pro? Yes. You ever played in the NFC Championship or you ever played in the championship game? Yes. You ever won in the championship game? Yes. You know what I mean? All these are boxes that have to be checked. Have you ever thrown for 4,000 passing? A lot of these things. How many NFL records you got? Like Dak Prescott. That he's Kirk Cousins, and they don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? I think the real issue. You know what I mean? Not to be too long-winded on this one. I think the real issue is that when we didn't have a quarterback that was test passing better than Dak Prescott, you know what I mean? They were happy with us. They were our friends then. When we could say, yeah, y'all got a better quarterback. Now that's not the case. A little uneasy about that.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they like a quarterback away.
No, listen, who you telling? The defense crazy over
quarterback. Man. Like
that defense crazy over
there. If Jalen Hurts was there, he would take that team to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, listen, if Jalen Hurts was a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, they're beating the 49ers. They're beating the 49ers. You know, 49ers on the road. Now, listen, that's a tough defense, bro. That's a tough defense. Yeah. But this you got to be able to do the tough defenses. When you get the ball, you smack them in the mouth and you score first. You know what I mean? People get that part of the game, the psychological. We got the ball first, we scored, right? We scored. We got the ball, we scored. They got the ball trying to respond. Then that's when they're dirt. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have to we didn't come back when somebody got hurt. We was in control from the rip of that one. But you know, it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna get to the next person, man. I appreciate you, Martin.
Yeah, can I just say this last statement? I be seeing y'all argue about Michael Parsons and Hassan Reddick. I be trying to tell him like Michael Parsons is the better player, but just pass rushing alone, Hassan Reddick is the better pass rusher.
You know, I agree with that. I agree with that. Michael Parsons is the better athlete. You know what I mean? Michael Parsons is a better athlete. You know, he's more dimensional. He got more dimensions to his game. He could cover a little better. He could do a lot of things, you know what I mean? That Hassan Reddick can't do. In terms of pass rushing, I don't think it's even close. Like Hassan Reddick just got weights in his toolbox, man. So I agree there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get up off here though.
All right, bro. I'll get with you.
All right.
Yeah, man. If you want to do what Martin just did, just go to my last tweet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be on for a couple more minutes. Go to my last tweet, and click the link and you right in perspective. It'll put you right in position. You know what I mean? And talk to me real quick Q&A. That's the thing about Twitter, though, man. You see the ops is always there. They always there. And when the stream end, could go to @Lord_Brunson and ask them why they don't ever pop up. Why you don't never pop up? We can't never get a voice to the name of some of the crazy stuff y'all be saying about the Eagles. Why we can't never get a voice in the face? I think it's unfair. You see my face every day on this joint. You know what I'm saying? I think it's unfair. You get to say stuff from your little eggshell. You don't get to see who you are. Say it with your chest. I've been calling y'all hot garbage bitch since I've been this. Say it with your chest. You know what I mean? But the two tight end sets I think could be a real staple in the Philadelphia Eagles offense this year. And I don't want that to go over nobody. Also, you know what I mean? Legatron, the punter that we getting. I think he averaged 42.5 yards per punt. 42.5 yards per punt. 20 punts inside 20. That's the type of field flipping, you know what I mean, that the Philadelphia Eagles really didn't get. Special teams didn't do us no favors in some critical spots last year. If 27 of my inside the 20 was something right. You know what I mean? I'm making teams start, behind the chains. I'm making teams have to change how they're going to call this offensive drive because they got so much field that they got to go up against. And against a defense as talented as ours, you know what I mean? I want to give you the longest amount of field possible. You know what I mean? But I think we're overlooking some key things. I think we're overlooking some key concerns. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like if you don't like, you're looking for a reason to say the Philadelphia Eagles can't be as good as they were last year. Colin Cowherd, for example, he says we're going to win the division. We're not going to have that deep playoff run like we just had last year. Now, mind you, a championship game or first set of the playoff run. You have to get to the championship game for your season to qualify as I had a playoff run. Getting to the division round ain't no playoff run. You would get and this ain't law. I ain't read this in no manual or nothing like that. But how can a playoff qualify when you can get there by getting the number one seed? It don't matter if the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round of the playoffs to the Giants. You know what I mean? That's a bad season. Nobody gonna say, "Oh, they had a deep." No, that's not a deep playoff run, bro. Winning in the wild card round and losing in the divisional round is not a deep playoff run. It's not. So, in order to have deep players, you got to have certain things down packed. You got to have a level-headed quarterback. You got to have a defense that picks it up. You got to have stars contributing. And the Philadelphia Eagles had all of that. You know what I mean? Had all of that. Level-headed quarterback, a defense that was able to in the postseason. You know what I mean? They completely took the Giants and the 49ers out of the game. Stars contributed on the biggest stage, the Super Bowl. Smitty, AJ, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, all of those guys contributed. The offense did his job. You know what I mean? But what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles? What we all knew what was going to happen was the defensive coordinator was going to rear his ugly head. This is what people think is a concern that I don't think is a concern. Brian Johnson being the offensive coordinator. It's not a concern. It's an in-house hire. Has known Jalen. He was 5 years old. It's not a concern. I can tell Brian Johnson got his fingerprints on DeAndre Swift joining the Philadelphia Eagles. I can tell. I think Brian Johnson has the importance of a pass catching running back out of the backfield. I think he does. You know what I mean? You can see with some of the moves being made. And I think Sean Desai understands the importance of having, you know what I mean, athlete freaks that look like generational talents drafted to a team like this. Do you get Jalen Carter and Nolan if Jonathan Gannon is still in the room? I don't think so, yo. I don't think so. I think you go get a safety if Jonathan Gannon is still here. That's what I think. I think you go get a safety. Do you know how many different ways you use Nolan Smith? Off the edge, playing linebacker. Do you know his measurements and what he ran at the combine? This is a freak athlete. I have not seen nobody look this freaky since Micah Parsons. And y'all know I wanted Micah Parsons. I want Micah Parsons bad. But this is a athlete, man, that can be used in a multitude of ways. The future is beyond. I just seen a picture of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Like had his arm around Jalen Carter. It don't even look like Jalen Carter is 6'3", damn near 300 pounds. Jalen Carter standing next to Jordan Davis. Jalen Carter looked like he was in middle school. We are set. We set. AJ Brown, what? Just turned 26. Bonafide top five in the game. Smitty, top 10 in multiple categories on a rookie deal still. If you think that the rest of the division ain't scared or they don't harbor no resentment towards us, you crazy, man. You crazy, man. You crazy, man. So, like, I don't have a lot of concerns. I mean, linebacker, yes, it's a concern. But, then you got to, like, I can't be worried until I see the product on the field. That's how good the roster is. Like, I legit cannot be worried until I see the product on the field. Until I see the product on the field, there's nothing for me to about. Because on paper, everything looks immaculate. And you just went to the Super Bowl with what was on paper. It look immaculate. So I can't be worried. I can't even be worried about linebacker because you got the Buckus Award winner who you redshirted. And then when you look at the little bit of film that's out there on the Kobe Dean, come on. Mike, what's up with it?
Shit, I was just about to say, I think the Kobe Dean about to be one of them top linebackers in the league next year for sure.
Bro, I can see that happening, man. And you know what? This is what I hate that the Philadelphia Eagles do. I hate that we don't just throw these dudes in the mix sometime. Other teams throw them in the mix, let them get their bumps and their scrapes. Like whether Kobe Dean time away from TJ Edwards or Kaiser White last year, we still would have went to the Super Bowl.
Nah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? We Super Bowl and the Kobe Dean would have had that experience. Now we're depending on him, and he barely played. You know what I mean? So it could be a little tricky.
No, I see what you're saying there. I honestly think TJ was good, but I could say me personally, I coach linebackers and shit like that too. So TJ was good. He was definitely good, but he was definitely mid at the same time. If you ask me for real.
Yeah, he was a good tackler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In short areas, he's a good short area tackler. But coverage and things like that, man, the things that those dudes couldn't really do that well.
Exactly. And Kobe though, well, yeah, I've been saying it since last season and the tweets and everything. I still got that tweet pinned, ready to go as soon as he snapped. He gonna be one of them ones. Be one of them top.
Yeah, man. I can see it. I'm thinking of turnovers from that position. You know what I mean? You blitz him. I hope you treat him like. I hope you let him do everything he did in college. Don't try to change his game because Nicole is a gamer, man.
Hell yeah. But that's all I had to say, bro. Keep doing what you do, bro.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Nicole B. Dean, we have to depend on him. We got to depend on him. And it's like we put ourselves in that position by not giving him no playing time. He deserved it, in my opinion. He deserved it. You know what I mean? But now, hey, depend on him. The safety situation. I have confidence in Reed Blankenship. I have high confidence in Reed Blankenship. He's young, but we got to depend on him. You can't be surprised if linebacker core or the safety core don't suck. It'll be a tragedy if they both do. It'll be a tragedy if the linebacking core and the safety core both suck, like in tandem. That means the middle of the field will be sweet meat in the village. People will pick up on how to defeat you by week 3. They need to make sure that they are putting the emphasis on getting those guys ready to go. You got some tests, you know what I mean? Mac Jones, you know what I mean? Week 1, you know what I mean? We do play the New England Patriots up in Foxborough. So you got some tests, you got some things to look forward to. Like I said, you get Aaron early, but at the end of the day, hey, you have to make sure these guys are trained up. You got to make sure these guys are ready to go. You got to, man. You can talk X's and O's all you want, but if they ain't ready to go, it's going to be a sad story. Sad story. Yo. Eben Wa. Hope I said that right. What's good with it?
Nas Eddie be on it was good, Brunson.
What's up?
Cowboys fan. I keep it real. I see you be trolling.
You said you're a Cowboy.
Yeah, I see you be trolling this daily. But
I don't be trolling y'all. I be telling the truth about y'all.
I mean, you say truth, but in the same sense, you gotta understand. Yes, Hurts had a great year. You have to.
Hurts had a great year, but what?
Hello.
Yeah, you said Hurts had a great what?
Yeah, I say had a great season, but it's about doing it again.
Why? Why does it?
What are the odds of him having that? We've seen quarterbacks, especially the play style that he plays. We've seen Lamar Jackson have an MVP like year, even though he didn't get to the Super Bowl. Has he had a year like that again? Has Cam? We seen Cam get to the Bowl, have an MVP like year. Has he gotten back to the Super Bowl? So you have odds stacked up. You have odds stacked up against you. And I will be saying, you mentioned Ezekiel earlier. That'd be a huge steal for y'all if y'all smart. I don't know why no team is going after.
I agree. That would be a huge steal. But this is the difference between Jalen. You done?
Go ahead.
This is the difference between Jalen Hurts and Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson. When those guys had their MVP caliber seasons and was all pro and all of that stuff, none of them were number one from the pocket in as many categories as Jalen Hurts. Number one from the in a multitude of passing statistics that matter from the pocket. None of those guys was throwing the ball like Jalen Hurts was.
A lot of his reads are like one read options, though. If we keeping it stacked, it's the RPO.
A lot of his reads are one read options.
Well, y'all accent, y'all keeping it very simple. No, it's y'all running.
Why are we making excuses? I mean, why we?
I'm not making excuses, but we're not making excuses. I said he had a great year. What I'm saying is the odds of him having that same success and everything going your way is really stacked against y'all. You have a harder schedule, and you're relying on the defense side. You're relying on rookies to have impacts.
Right. So I get this part, but when you look at the schedule up until week 10, what scares you? What scares you?
But you don't know what team's going to be what the season. You know you can't. You know every year is different.
Don't that apply to everybody else?
Yeah, that applies for everybody. I got Eagles.
Nobody scares me on my schedule up until week 10. The games that I've got circled before week 10 are the Jets and the Dolphins. You got to look at it again. It ain't scary at all. Now you don't know what teams are going to be, but you still know your defense against the opposing team's quarterbacks. I'm not afraid of what Washington got. I'm not afraid of. Listen, what you think our record going to be after the New England week 1 and the Vikings week 2?
I don't know.
No. You could be honest. We're gonna beat both of those guys. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that just don't scare me.
Who the first three games are? I got Eagles for anything. Y'all going 5-0 off rip. We got to see. I got to see it. Every year is different.
You're right. Every year is different, but that also applies to everybody else as well.
Yeah,
better pass from the pocket than Lamar Jackson and Cam Newton. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts passing from the pocket than a lot of quarterbacks. This is the facts of the matter, man. The dude can throw the ball, so we don't rely on his running as much as it was just a part of his game. And Jalen Hurts was far from a one-read quarterback. Far from a one-read quarterback. Do you know how many reads it takes to run a run-pass option? You got to read. You got to read the defense. You got to read edge rusher. He was the best decision maker in football last year.
I hear all that, bro, but we've seen how the NFL is. It changes. You got it. These defensive coordinators, they study you real well. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if we have the same success. But I feel like when it comes to like quarterbacking, I go complete body of work, not just 1 year. Yes, he had a great year. Let's see if we do it again. We'll see. If I will say if Jalen Hurts continues to be what he was last year, yeah, the divisional trouble. We gotta see it. I remember RG3 having a crazy rookie year, being shook that he was never that person again. So we see it.
RG3 had injury situations though.
And
the injury that you can't come back from.
And we're not factoring what if he gets hurt. Last year we seen y'all couldn't get a win when Jalen Hurts got hurt.
But according to Dallas Cowboys fans, anybody could run the show over there because the roster was so.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
This is my thing. from those fans to a Cowboys fan. You have to see so much from Jalen Hurts to get your approval, but what do you have to see from Dak? He ain't done half of what Jalen Hurts did. Dak Prescott done.
But y'all say this, but Dak's career is not done. You act like quarterbacks don't get better. They can't get better after their 30s. We've seen quarterbacks have success late. Breeze didn't win to his 8th, 9th, 10th year. You've seen quarterbacks.
You're more. But Drew Brees already had like a 5,000 passing yard season though. Like Drew Brees already probably was an All Pro though before that though.
Okay, bro. Okay, that doesn't really matter to me personally. Like if Jalen Hurts retires,
you know what I mean? Banking on this is the thing.
But you throw out this All Pro, but when we use that against you with CD and Devontae Smith, it's not valid. Like, bro,
it absolutely does matter. It absolutely does matter that CD Lamb is an All Pro.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. But you have to win. All that's well and dandy, but you know the standard for a quarterback is win a Super Bowl, and I hold Dak to that as well. But say that Dak had. Let's keep it back to Dak had a bad year for sure. Is that what he's going to be moving for? I do not think so. Dak is not.
Okay, but this is the thing though. Banking on a guy to show you something after 30 is less likely than the guy giving you flashes of greatness before 30. I'd rather take the guy that he could be like Joe Burrow.
We've seen guys like Carson Wentz. Where is he now? That's another thing. Quarterbacks come and go, bro.
Carson Wentz don't have a playoff win. Quarterback even be in this discussion.
My point is, we've seen quarterbacks have a flash in the pan for great years, and they don't have it again. I value body of work, and that's what I value.
A flash in the pan great year for a quarterback is probably winning MVP. That's as high as you can go. And you get nominated for MVP and take your team to the Super Bowl.
There's a lot of factors that go into a Super Bowl winning season. You've seen your team do it, right? Y'all did it in 2007. Y'all did it in 2017, correct? And Nick Foles is not even as
getting the number one seed, having an MVP caliber, having one of the best performances in the Super Bowl. That's a flash in the pan, y'all. Y'all need to see all of them again.
We have to consider, bro. That's not a Hall of Fame career. That's a one good year. What did you do the year before? That's all
bro. But there's guys like that who's never done it though. That ain't easy to do.
We're not. I'm not discounting that, bro. All I'm saying is,
it sounds like you is to me. You can tell me how easy it is when guys don't even achieve it.
I'm just saying we got to value body of work. We live in this recent.
So this is the body of work.
Jalen Hurts is now he's according to Eagles fans, he's top 3. He's Hall of Fame. Give him a gold jacket.
This is the body of work for Jalen Hurts right now. Jalen Hurts.
You don't explain. We already know. We all watch the game.
I don't think you do though. I don't think you know.
That's not hard.
To be confused.
My whole point is y'all gassing him up like he's a Hall of Fame already, bro.
He's better than Dak, and that's what upsets y'all. I think that's what upsets y'all, that he's done more than Prescott.
I did not argue anything that Jalen Hurts is not better than Dak. I agree. He's off last season. He's better overall. Is he better overall? No, I don't agree with that. Is he better as of right now? Yes. We still have to see more. It's a new season. Y'all still be walking around like y'all won the bowl. Y'all still lost the bowl.
We're not walking around like we won the Super Bowl. We walking around like we've been in the Super Bowl 2 times in the past 7 years.
That's cool. That's cool, bro. But the Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. At the end of the day, they're still Super Bowl champions.
Though you're a Cowboys fan, you don't know how we feel. No. Y'all can't talk to us about. Y'all can't talk to us about how to feel about championship performance. You haven't been there in 28 years. How old are you?
I'm 38.
You're 38 years old. Your team ain't been in the Super Bowl since you was 10 years old. You don't know. You can't tell us how to feel about going to the Super Bowl.
Bro, we still have, but y'all need to stop acting like Super Bowls only started getting counted from 2.
Y'all need to stop acting like it's 1990.
Like, what are you talking about? They don't count.
What we talking about here?
Bro, when you look at history, we still have 5 Super Bowls. You can't erase that. That's part of our history. That's.
No, I'm not trying to erase it. But I'm trying to tell you is that you 38 and you haven't seen your team have a Super. Let's take Super Bowl out of it. You're 38 and you haven't had a playoff run since you was 10.
We're not arguing that, bro. We're not arguing. We still have more Super Bowls than y'all, though, bro.
I'm telling you, you qualified to talk to us about how to feel about championship football when you ain't seen it in 28 years.
That's cool, but my franchise has 5 though.
It's different. But it's different. But it's different though. I'm gonna tell you some of the key things that's changed. It's a 32 team format now. Y'all ain't winning that era.
Okay.
Y'all was 32 teams in the league. How you bragging us about what the Chiefs did?
my point is y'all keep bragging like y'all won the bowl, bro.
And y'all keep bragging like it's the 90s. So why we can't brag? Y'all happy about going 12-5 in back-to-back years?
No, that's not. No, we're not bragging. But no.
So if I go on your social media or wherever you post anything at,
what I said
if I go on your media and wherever you post anything at, you mean to tell me
we're not bragging? I said we're trend. I said progression. I said we're trending in the right direction. But what I've seen in the past 10 years, that's what I'm going off of. It's all opinionated. We haven't been consistently making the playoffs back-to-back years. That's a start for us. That's us as progression. We're trending in the right direction. We lost. Last year before we lost the first round to the San Fran. This year we got a playoff win. We finally got a playoff win over 25 years. I feel like we're generally all by the side. We're trending in the right direction. That's all I'm saying. Progression. That's my personal opinion.
That's a fact. But you're talking. Listen. Trending and we've arrived. I don't know why that make y'all so upset. Like we're good.
We don't. No, I don't argue that. I agree with that. Y'all definitely a great team. I just think the odds are stacked against y'all come to next season.
Like the odds are stacked against us. I get it.
We don't have to hope because we know the division. Nobody's won it back-to-back years.
And this is the thing about that. Before I let you go and get to somebody else, in order to win it back-to-back years, you got to currently have the title. Nice chat. I hope I see you again, bro. We got a lot to talk about. These wild, man. These guys wild. Let me get the Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes, what's up?
What's up, LB?
What's up with it, man? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I had to sit here and listen to that Cowboys drama, so I'm gonna break the Eagles side real quick.
What's up? How you doing? What you got for me?
Yeah, I'm loving the way this team looking. I just want to speak on the disrespect that we heard all year, even going into the playoff run that doesn't really get spoken on like that. You know, I was told the 49ers had a super team before the game last year, that they were the ones that was going to dominate in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm telling people is we got the elite QB play and we're elite on all levels of the field. So I don't see anybody in NFC scaring me right now. That's really how I feel about it.
No, yeah, I it was a lot of disrespect last year. A lot of people had to eat a lot of crow. Right now, you know, we're moving the goalposts to now we need it again. But then when you flip the mirror to them, like, well, what do we got to see from y'all? Like, what do we got to see from the 49ers? Because they've been talking too. Well, keep a quarterback healthy or something. You know what I'm saying? You keep somebody healthy. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see a lot. Like, don't worry about what you see from us. I ain't doing what we doing. But I feel you though, man. It's been a lot of hating, a lot of goalposts moving. But you know, that's what they do.
Already. But I'm gonna keep it short for you real quick.
I appreciate you, man. Make sure you tap in next time, bro.
For sure. Always.
All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me mute this. I gotta mute this. Somebody probably want to get cussed out. All right. Let's get back to it, man. Oh, Stu in the building. What's up, Stu?
Man, look, I can't believe you sat there and listened to 5.5 minutes of complete and utter delusion.
It was.
Bro, look, dude said he was 10. Bro, since then, my oldest daughter is 25, bro. My youngest son is 20. I got an older brother that's almost done an L bid. You know what I'm saying? He got 4 years left on it. Like this, I just wanted to explain another definition that you keep missing. That is the epitome of delusion. And it was just another example of it this past playoffs. We're talking about a fan base that was doing something that you mentioned, that was sitting in the stands on national television, crying crying because they were lost at home to the San Francisco 49ers. This very same fan base turned around the very next year and thought that they were actually going to go to San Francisco and beat that team who was playing this time with a better quarterback than they got beat by last time. The epitome of delusion.
But you know,
I can't stand it no more. We got to stop talking to them and giving them the airspace that we breathe. We can't do this.
I agree. But you know, if it wasn't in the division, we would totally ignore these guys. This is the real kicker for me. You telling us how to feel about, you know, playing and it gets played in, you don't even remember the feeling. You can't. You see what I'm saying, Stu? You don't even know.
I graduated high school 5 months after they won their last title.
Come on, Stu. And then you got kids that's going on 30.
Like, dude, my daughter was born 2 years later.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even listen, Stu. I don't even know where I was at. I was eight. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where I was at. I
was 16. Matter of fact, right before the game, I can remember it very clearly. Right before the game, I just got done getting some buns.
Exactly. You hear me? And this what make it crazy. Now you got the guys who was my age, 10, 8, 6, doing the joint, telling me they watching it. I don't remember nothing before 12. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, this is why I keep pointing out to them that they was probably running around in they Superman onesies with their Batman drawers on, asking for their mom and dad to fill up their juice cup.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And you know, man, they got to get it together, man. But you know, we're gonna stop talking about them sooner or later. But you know, this is what we got to beat them. Let's beat them with Dak. Then we could put a nail in it. After we beat them with Dak,
they won the Super Bowl 2 years later, we found out Bill was getting tied from Monica.
Exactly. Bill, come on, bro. I think the original Scarface was in theaters. So it was just come on, bro.
And the original Independence Day had just came out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just a different time, and that's what I want them to understand. I do got some friends in the content creation space with the Dallas boys, but you know, I want them to understand this. This is all I say to them. I got two videos, 2 weeks of Super Bowl coverage since I've been doing this. You have 0. You do not know what that feel like. You know how happy I was them 2 weeks. We 1-1, but I was happy, man. But let me get to the next person, though, Stu.
Hey, bro.
I knew you was going to tap in. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Nope, you know what?
Oh, my. Let me get Kev on here. Keon, what's up with it?
LB, what up, LB?
What's up, bro?
I'm chilling, man. First off, I want to say congrats on your success, man. I started watching you like maybe a year and a half ago, and you going crazy, bro. You be saying everything I be thinking. So, hey, shout out to you, man.
I appreciate that. You know, I'm for the people, man. I gotta say what the people want.
Exact, yo. And shout out to also. I know we on your stream too, but shout out to Philly 500. I started watching him first, yeah. But it's like you be coming with the real. You know what I'm saying? Like you really be having your ear to the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely relate to you with a lot of stuff you be saying. But on to what I got cooking for today for you. I want to talk about Swift, man. I know you say you're concerned about that running back room, but you know Swift is different. You know he's different, bro. And I feel like, you know, you talk about the offensive line. We you know, obviously we got the best offensive line in the game. I just feel like that tandem with his talent, his ability overall as a runner, as a passer, and then we also have Kenneth Gainwell. We got Boston Scott. You know, we got Penny. That whole running back room, I feel like Lions didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to mix it up how we could mix it up. And, you know, we could have Swift come in for a few plays. Then we have Penny come in. You know, we could preserve these guys better. So I think that injury bug is not really too much of a concern for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you saying, oh, if we add Bull from the Cowboys, he just got
Zeke.
What's his name?
Zeke. You can't hear me?
Zeke. We can add Zeke to the roster, and it'll be, yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you saying if we add Zeke, but honestly, I'm comfortable where we at now. If this on that, how you feel about that?
So I'm comfortable where we are, but I'm just concerned. You know what I mean? I know the potential of Penny, and I know the potential of Swift. Now, Swift looks to be in great shape, might I add. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it seem like Swift looked like he just out of shape or nothing like that. It's just an injury thing for me. I think this Swift is the area. A lot of Bulldogs on the roster. Swift is a Bulldog. I think that Swift will behoove him to put a season together. He's going into a contract year. Everything is pointing towards Swift saying that this dude is about to eat. But just a possibility, and I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. Like, this roster is Super Bowl ready. We are in a Super Bowl window. You know, an active window open for us last season. I'm trying to get back there. And I feel like durability is what gets you there. A.J. Brown wasn't injured at all. Devontae Smith wasn't injured at all. You didn't really have eye on Quez Watkins to step in and play a bigger role last year. Luckily, because he was having a down year. You know what I'm saying? What happened to rely on other guys, other key contributors? You didn't have to really rely on another runner. The only time Miles didn't get carries, Miles was messing up for Miles. You know what I'm saying? If injury could take a guy out of the equation, and then you end up with just Gainwell and Boston back there, I don't like that because you're trying to repeat. Now, who knows what Gainwell is going to turn into this year? I just feel like going into this with Ezekiel, the signing of Ezekiel Elliott automatically gives you the psychological edge over the Dallas Cowboys. Just knowing that one of their best, probably Zeke is the best Dallas Cowboy player since the best Cowboys player that they drafted. Well, I'm not going to say the best player with a full body of work that you could grade since probably who? He was better than Romo. He's better than, you know what I mean? Better than Amari Cooper. Like, Ezekiel Elliott is probably like a top 10, top 15 Dallas Cowboy player of all time for real. So if you get him, I think it's crushed their psyche. You know what I mean? And you get a durable running back at the same time. So that's why I wanted Zeke.
I understand that. But on the other hand, you know, Swift is a Philly boy. You know, that also just adds another dimension, the fire to stay, like add value to this team and wanting to stay in his hometown. Mm-hmm. I've seen Swift come out of college, and his college video when he went to Georgia, and his whole college video was in Philly. You know what I'm saying? He's a Philly native. He's a Philly guy, and I really got high hopes for him this year. I think he's going to stay healthy behind his offensive line. I think it's going to be, that much easier and better for him to stay healthy. And I think he got a lot to prove this year. And I think
I agree. And
I think he's taking precaution and really working hard, like you said, this offseason to make sure, because obviously he don't live under a rock. He know that he has injuries in the past, and he knows what the media is saying and, about his injury. So I think he's, I'm not in his head and I don't know him personally, but I think, he's going to do what he.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. So, he here now. So there's really no point in even talking about Zeke. So, I'm gonna delete that from my memory bank. I'm gonna ride with you on this one. I'm gonna see what Zeke gives us. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see what, how just forget this guy's name. I'm gonna see what gives us, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, I am going to be mindful that Ezekiel Elliott and Kareem Hunt like guys are still available. I think Leonard Fournette is still out there, so it's a lot of guys available. But we picked the guys that we like that best fit us. So I'm gonna ride with that, man. Thank you for tapping in.
Hey, most definitely, yo. Big, keep doing your thing, baby.
You too, brother. Who does Mike? What's up, Mike?
What's good, man?
What's good with it?
Damn, I ain't even mean to get back in, but since we in this, John, them Cowboys fans, man, they gotta start relying on these fourth round quarterbacks to really be somebody.
Yeah,
that's
but
not it.
I don't think where he was drafted at is a story. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not grading where he was drafted at. I don't have no personal hate, but these are the facts. He ain't get it done. He about to be 30, going in season. The longest tenured player. You know what I mean? The longest tenured player on any roster, long quarterback on any roster in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Telling us how good he is against the division. Then you tell him, hey, he buns in the playoffs, and it's a whole different ball game. But I know how it's going to end for them, and I'm gonna be around Danny Grave when it do end. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
And
but yeah, man, we definitely you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna wrap on up the mic. We've been on here for an hour. Got a couple errands I need to run. I just like to keep my ear to the streets and tap in with the people, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Big Prince Champs. Y'all see it on the bottom of the screen. You know what I'm saying? Tap in real quick. Code Bully10 at theprintchamps.com. The link will be in the description for all my videos. I see a couple people about the hats and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I got the goldies. I got the green trucker to go with the green the Kelly Green stuff. I got the Kelly Green defensive slime shirt out closer to training camp time. You know what I mean? Or as soon as I get it on my body, we going live. Y'all know the vibes, man. And I want to remind y'all something. If your team played in the divisional round, you know what I'm saying? When you go to a game, you get something like this. I got the date, the team that y'all played, divisional round, playoffs. When you lose in a divisional round, you got to throw this away. You can't keep this as Mrs. Memorabilia. I bet you a bunch of the towels that the Cowboys had at the divisional round, I bet you a bunch of them towels washed up on the beach in Somalia, you can't use them no more. They get given away to the thrift shop. It's not memorabilia, it's garbage. And I'm going to leave that. Talking about we can't be happy about having a good season like we just had, man. What?
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. They had me 6 hours, I said 17 words. I'm like Shady in the snow, I spun, I'm so superb. A legend still remains when his flesh is in the earth. And if they raid your tomb, may they fall upon a curse. Yeah, this 9 I keep for backup. With this I wanted chip, we ran plays. They need to build a statue for this shit. Big plays, a slay couldn't get you through this shit. More grams than Brandon, fiends rush